What's going on, guys? It's me, Max, back with an episode of Offshore Entrepreneur. We are the program for international business people, investors and digital nomads. In this episode, I'm going to come at you with the 3 best languages that you can learn if you are looking to do business, if you're looking to make investments and get the most bang for your buck in 2023 and 2024. We're not going to bring you any languages on here that people just love, like kind of French or anything. We're going to give you languages that are very applicable for business, investing, and making your life as a global citizen much freer and much easier. So let's get into the episode. So the first language I'm going to come at you with right out the gate is Welsh. Now, Welsh is spoken by 500,000 people around. I'm joking, guys, I'm joking. Shout out to the Welsh people, but we're not going to recommend you learning Welsh for business. You know, obviously, there are a lot better languages to learn. It's not that useful, right? No offense to the Welsh people. So, number one, right out the gate, I think if you are going to look to learn another language and spend the time and the effort to do it, I do not think you can go wrong learning Chinese. Now, obviously, learning Chinese, learning Mandarin, it's not one of the most easy languages to learn. I did spend about 3 months with the Confucius Institute when I was in my 20s in the UK learning some Chinese. Now, I forgot most of that, but the weird thing about Chinese and the difficult thing about Chinese is because it's a tonal language, the word ma can mean 3 different things. Now, when I found that out, I'll be honest with you, it just blew my mind, and I was like, I'd never come across the idea of tonal languages at that time in my life because I was quite a bit younger, and being taught it in class and even seeing the different writing system they use, I can tell you right now, it wasn't an easy language to get familiar with. And as I said, I didn't stick to it. I didn't stick with going through with it because I just ended up too busy with the businesses I was running. But if I was a younger man, I had a lot of time on my hands and I was looking to learn a language that was tremendously useful, I think Chinese is a good one to learn. Now, there are around 1 billion speakers within the Chinese language, which is a huge population to do business and invest with. I think we can all agree that the Chinese people are some of the most business savvy individuals in the world. And if you learn that language, you're going to have a tremendous consumer base with pockets full of cash who are looking to make investments, looking to do business. You know, these people are now expanding into Latin America. There's a huge number of Chinese coming to Latin America to do business. Obviously, the government are making a lot of investments down here, you know, in places like Guyana with the oil and other destinations. So I think if you are looking to learn another language, I don't think you can really go wrong with Chinese. Now, the next language I'm going to mention, and one that a lot of you might not have thought of or might not be initially obvious, is the Arabic language. Now, Arabic language, depending on who you speak to, depending on who you ask, it's spoken by around 300 million people. It's spoken in around 25 countries, again, depending on who you ask, that number might change slightly. And it is a market and an area of the world that has got the recipe right for business. They've got low taxes, you know, it's crime-free in a large number of countries. You've got great destinations where you can get residency, like Dubai or Bahrain. You've got tremendous markets opening up now, like Saudi Arabia, where you're going to have a huge budding consumer base. It's going to grow over there as well. And I do think if you're going to put the time in and learn another language, I think you will get a tremendous amount of benefit from your life from learning Arabic. Now, obviously, again, it's quite like a strange language to learn for a lot of Westerners because of just the way that the language is spoken with sounds that we don't even have in our languages. But again, if you're going to put the time in, I don't think you can go wrong learning Arabic. And I have to say that I have a tremendous amount of respect for the people from that part of the world because the way they behave, with families, the way that they behave with the recipe of business, where they've got low taxes and they want to do business, they want to make money, they're trying to open up to the world. Now, obviously, a lot of the laws and things like that aren't the same as the West, but I always think if you're in another country, you abide by the laws of that country and you just try and fit in with the people. You don't go over there, bring your arrogance, bring your own bad habits from your own country. You just try and fit in, you cooperate with the people in these countries, and you show respect as a visitor in their land. Now, the final language that I'm going to say, and I think most people would figure that this one would have a mention on the list, is Spanish. Now I can speak some Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I speak enough Spanish down here to get things done that I need to do. But I mean, some influencers, I've seen them online, I'm not going to name anyone in particular, they say to you, oh, come down to Paraguay, you don't need to learn any Spanish, you know, it's fine, you can just walk around with a translator on your phone, you know, waving it in people's faces. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think that's a little bit ignorant to just carry on like that. I do think if you're going to live in another country and you're going to be there all the time, it benefits you and it shows respect to the people in that country to learn some language. And I can tell you right now that if you can speak some Spanish in Paraguay or many parts of Latin America, the people are going to respect you more and you're going to get a whole lot more done rather than just being that ignorant foreigner walking around thinking that your language and English is the most superior one and that you don't need to learn the ways or the language of the local people. Now, Spanish, depending on who you ask, is spoken by around 500 million people. It's spoken in around 25 countries and it is a tremendously useful language to learn. I think a lot of people in the West forget about Latin America. I mean, especially English people where I'm from, they really don't pay attention to this part of the world. They really don't even know half the countries in this part of the world. But in terms of residency, in terms of investments, you know, it's a great location, a great area of the world to visit. You can get residency in places like Mexico, you can get residency in places like Paraguay, you can get residency in Uruguay, Panama, you know, and even Nicaragua. A lot of people still like Nicaragua despite there being a few issues over there now. So I think if you are going to spend time learning languages and you're going to make that investment, I really don't think you can go wrong learning Spanish. And something that I'm going to say is that Spanish is tremendously easier to learn than Mandarin or Arabic. You know, a lot of the words are kind of similar, such as like, you know, electricity is just electricidad, or city is ciudad, which again makes learning it for Westerners or for, you know, English speakers quite a bit easier than the other two languages on the list. But if you are looking to access a higher level of investment and a higher level of international business for yourself in 2023 or 2024, if you're going to learn Chinese, you're going to learn Arabic, or you're going to learn Spanish, I really don't think you can go wrong. So anyway, guys, I thank you for tuning into the channel. That's all I'm going to really say about these languages. But if you are looking for residency in Paraguay, Uruguay, Panama, or any of these locations, you can reach out to us. If you're looking for tax advice, there's a link below in Canley. We can book a call with our team and we can give you tax advice. Or if you're looking for offshore staff or company formations, you can go on our website or email us at info@offshoreentrepreneur.net, because at the end of the day, we are here to help you keep more of your hard-earned money and seek opportunity beyond your own borders as a freer global citizen. So I thank you for tuning to the channel. I thank you for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one.